All right, we got some tomato hype in chat, so hopefully that means good things coming up. But for right now, I'm gonna hand it over to AstridCraft for Dementium 2 HD. Now I understand we're in for a time here.
Oh yes, very much so. Yeah. Hi everyone. I am AstridTheHorrorGirl, and I love to speedrun horror games. I love playing horror games. Speedrunning them is great too. This one's great. It's broken. It doesn't make sense. And even though we are speedrunning and skipping all the story, even if I showed the story to you, I promise it still wouldn't make sense. So don't worry about that. So if we are ready to get going, I'll get us going. The timer starts when I select easy here. So I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1, time. All right, first thing we do is we just run over there and pick up the postcard, and I kneel so that my cell door can turn into a guillotine, and then I can go through it, because this game is great and it makes so much sense all the time. All right.
Those were some words.
Yes, they were. These are the zombies that moo.
Okay.
Yep. They moo. All right. So there's that dude. We're gonna softly jog past him because that's faster than they are. We will be able to go significantly faster very soon because we have our first major glitch in the game coming up. First, we just saunter past those friends. We're gonna grab this adrenaline shot here. The adrenaline shot makes you go faster. So I'm gonna take it, and then I'm going to save my game, and then I'm gonna immediately load that save, and now I have infinite adrenaline, so I'm always going fast the rest of the game.
Of course.
Yeah.
Completely. Someone in chat says glitches in Dementium 2? Nah.
Yeah, couldn't be. This is the first boss. Ideally
from Ben 10?
Exactly. You kind of just don't want this boss to go onto the ceiling, and sometimes you have no control over that. It's kind of an RNG fest with that boss. Grabbing the gun and the key card, and then we're gonna run back into that room that we came out of, which has changed a bit. And we want to get behind the mooing zombies as best as we can, because the way that they fall, you can get more hits on them with the knife and kill them pretty quickly. The knife, the first weapon you get in the game, is an extremely OP weapon. I don't know why they give you the best weapon in the game immediately in this, but they sure do. It's counterintuitive to a lot of survival horror logic, but it's how this game works.
And you're talking to somebody who barely graduated from the wood plank in Silent Hill 2, so checks out to me.
Yeah. By the way, if I ever went back through that door that I went through, if I go back through it too quick, the map just deletes itself and you fall forever. This game is great, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a masterpiece. All right. Trapped in prison by y'all. See, they couldn't catch me when I was lightly jogging. Now that I'm actually running, they have no chance. No prayer whatsoever. So our first useful thing to grab is this hammer and use it to bash down the wooden planks. You would think that you would need it more having done that, but honestly, as far as the run is concerned, we only need to use it a few more times. So we just keep the hammer out until we no longer need to use it. Duck under here and grab some healing pills, which hopefully we never have to use in the run, but you never know. And the greatest line of the game is happening right now. But guess what, William? The cheese is all gone. Throughout this game, there is an antagonist who is taunting you. And that is my favorite taunt. You are like a rat trapped in a maze looking for its cheese. But guess what, William? The cheese is all gone. It's the best one. There's a few other good bangers out there, but that's a pretty good one.
Might have to bring back my mid-Vincent Price impression for that one.
Ooh.
You're like a rat, trapped in a maze, looking for its cheese. But the cheese is all gone, William.
Oh, that was wonderful. I'm a fan of Vincent Price, so that was special.
Oh, thank you. Scala asks in chat, is this game just written in Mad Libs?
You know, I hadn't considered that, but you might be onto something. What's great is if I let the cutscenes play out, they would not help you understand the story, I promise. I have played the first game, I have played this game. I'm not sure what's happening. The best I can tell is that evil scientist wants my brain to open a portal into another dimension to bring about the apocalypse. That's about it.
Huh.
All right, we're gonna grab the ammo on that table. And once again, we have the hammer out just for this one more reason here. So we're gonna take a little bit of a shortcut here by crouch jumping over this, crawling through, and then going into that door. Basically, what we're looking for right now are pieces to assemble this weapon that we're going to have, that we will not use because the knife is better than the weapon, but we need it to open a door later. So that's the only reason we need it. It's like the legendary demon weapon. It's like, nah, it's not as good as my knife, actually. But that's the last door we needed to open with the hammer, so we can just go back to using the best weapon in the game. And here is going to be a fun little trick. We are going to save our game here. And we will come back to that in a bit. Because right now we are on our way to go and get a combination to a locked door. So all the codes in this game are all randomized to some extent. This one is so randomized that guessing isn't a viable strategy. So essentially we went over there, saved our game, so that when we look at the... Oh, that's unfortunate. I hate when this guy is there. We can look at this letter. We see that the code is 622. We can load our save that we just made, because now we know the code is 622, and the door is right next to the save. So we just put that in there, and now we're in. Saves a good amount of time just reloading that.
Like how you put in 622, and then as soon as you had exited the code interface, the door asset said 421.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This game is pretty amazing. There's lots of fun things like that. There's the fact that there is a door that supposedly... It's actually coming up on chapter 3. There's a door that like has combination where you can choose between certain numbers, and one of the numbers never, ever, ever comes up in the combination that you're given. It's like 1 through 7, and you never, ever put in the 7.
Fascinating. You think that's like a programming oversight or what?
I
Is it
do not
somehow
know, but
like
it's a great question because I think that a lot of this game was forged on programming oversights, and I'm a big fan of it. All right, so we got just some killing to do until the door opens. So if there's anything you would like to tell the wonderful viewers, now's a pretty good time.
there's a few things I could tell the wonderful viewers. First of all, we could reiterate that the viewers are in fact wonderful. I can also say that Code Gorilla has drawn first blood in the Crystallis bid war. Has put $20 down on heroin. And we have a $10 donation from Anonymous that goes towards Tomato Time and towards naming the hero Taskbot. And says, a target and a pole? Wow! Which is, of course, a reference to the fact that if you enter !mark donate in chat, you will see a link wherein you can donate to both a target, such as Tomato Time for inscription, and a poll, such as the preferred name or gender for the what I understand to be the player character in Crystallis. Should I keep going or?
I mean, I can talk about how wonderful that was. My wife on the ground. She turned into the boss. Just fun more information if you're interested. And
I too have a wife who is a boss.
yeah, there you go. Okay, she's being real annoying right now.
She wasn't. She's across the room, but she wasn't paying attention for that, so I don't get to report her response.
Aw. All right. So, yeah, that fight happened. And now we can go on through chapter 3, which is where the game starts becoming all sorts of fun. First, we're going to have another one of those little fights, but this one only has 2 enemies to clear. They locked me in a room with 2 mooing zombies. I'm lucky to have gotten out alive.
This is gonna end up being my favorite game I've never played.
One of the reasons that I love running this game at marathons, besides the fact that I love running at marathons, is introducing this game in hopes that more people might give it a shot, because it's not a good game, but it's one really fun speedrun. It's also, there's lots of little glitches and tricks and some out of bounds that is actually very approachable. And for any runners who are uncomfortable doing like out of bounds stuff, this is a great game for like your first kind of thing. If you're not used to it, it's a really great sort of easing yourself into being comfortable with that kind of mechanic in speedrunning.
All right, so to follow up on that, we've seen you do some movements, dare I say, schmovement, in this run
Yes.
so far. Is that an out of bounds, or are we gonna go full Metroid Prime later?
Not quite as extreme as Metroid Prime, but there will be some definite, clear, obvious out of bounds happening. It will be obvious when it happens.
I cannot wait.
Okay, so here's the door that I need the code, and the door that has a 7 that we never use. 4 1 1 6 4. All right. By the way, those enemies right there with the eyes and they're kind of like a black smoke. If they touch you, they send you to Thunderdome. where you have to fight for your life. And as much as I love Thunderdome, we are trying to go fast, and I just don't have time to make it all the way out to Thunderdome to participate in the tournament.
Yeah, I think we're a little beyond Thunderdome at this point.
I
Oh,
appreciate this joke a lot.
thank you. And I appreciate Manic Ascendant raiding with the party. What's up, guys? Welcome to this. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the party. We're having a wonderful time with this game here.
All right, so here's the first out of bounds. All right. Let's see if the trash can accepts my sacrifice. Yes. Okay.
You just keep saying words, and I'm here for it.
All the runners of this game hate that trash can because it stops you from doing out of bounds things. What we're trying to do is trick the game into loading the whole game. Right now, it has only loaded this one room, but if we save while out of bounds and also inbounds, the game could think that we are both at the same time, and it goes, I don't know what to do, and loads the whole map, and then we can do whatever we want. Right there. All
And
right.
you, of course, accomplish this by reverse Mario 64ing, jumping out of a magic painting.
Yes, exactly. Out of the magic paintings on the wall, being slightly inbounds, slightly out of bounds, enough for the game to be like, oh yeah, you're definitely like out of bounds. But also you can go inbounds whenever you want. But if you trick the game into thinking that you're both at the same time, then the game's like, I don't know where you are. Here's the whole map. Also, we'll despawn a whole bunch of enemies for you.
You're being accused in chat of making up words, but I can verify I understood all of the words. It's just their order that starts to lose me.
We love a trash can sacrifice. We do. All right. This dude shoots me, but those bullets aren't going to stop me. All right. I love this line too. You and I have a special relationship. After all, how many people can actually say that they've touched your brain? One of my favorite lines, because truly, I can't say that about too many people. All right.
After all, how many people can truly say that they've touched your brain?
Fantastic. I love that you do this. All right.
Gonna have to practice that for next time.
Just kill some of these zombies. These little brain crab friends are the worst because they have weird hitboxes that don't make sense. All right. So because this is a marathon, I'm going to make a safety save here, just in case things go horribly wrong. Not that I'm saying they will, but always better to be safe than sorry.
There's a reason marathon luck is a meme.
Yes. All right, let's get back on up here. We want to kind of jump in between. That might be a bad jump. Hopefully it's good. It was bad. That's okay. Alright, we're just going to try that one again. Ideally, once again, we are trying to get the game to load in the whole map as we go from place to place. So we're trying to land like in between when we save our game. Just like that. And now we have the whole map loaded in, so we can do some out of bounds fun. And get to where we need to go. Which, as it turns out, is right over here. The reason, like, it may not look like we went very far, but there's a whole bunch of triggers, and those triggers activate a whole bunch of Thunderdome fights, so we actually save a lot of time by just basically skipping 2 rooms and going straight for this one. Also, here's the greatest boss fight ever. Boss is dead. And I would like to say for that, take note from software. That's how I anticipate my boss fights to go. Thank you.
See, this is a real iron golem, that one.
Yes, absolutely. All right, once again, this is actually a legit safety save. This skip is the largest in the game. It skips almost the entire chapter, and this would be the longest chapter in the game.
Ooh.
Oop, sometimes you fall to your death. This is a very tricky one, and it always takes a few attempts. Or I should say it usually takes a few attempts. It's just a real tricky, mean one. Oh, I might have... Yep, I did. That's okay, though. We are still doing all right. Really. The skip is being kind of mean to me, but it's okay.
Yeah, you'll get it in the end.
I will.
Would now be a good time to read a blurb, or do you need focus for this?
Let me just focus real quick on this. There's a good opportunity coming up for
All right.
reading blurb. All right, so I got the first part of this. Once again, just like before, we are going to try to make the game think that it doesn't know where we are and load the whole map, just like that. And
Hey, there we go.
now we will pass that floor to go down to this floor to go all the way to the end boss fight of this chapter, who's a big chunker friend right here. Basically, you just throw dynamite at this big friend until is gone. Now is a great time to talk to the chat.
Well, then I will take this opportunity to remind people, including some of the new viewers we have in here, that we here at Winter Pride 2023 are raising money for Point of Pride, which is a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization. They have served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries. I believe another blurb says 110, by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. The money we raise will go to Point of Pride's various support programs, such as their HRT Access Fund, which is a scholarship like program that provides 12 months of free medical care for trans folks seeking gender affirming hormone replacement therapy via Point of Pride's telehealth partners. A nobler cause in these days is hard to imagine, though tragically not impossible.
I would also like to point out that one of those telehealth services is one that actually got me on HRT. So
Oh.
it is just something that I like to point out. Like, they are definitely services that are doing great work and incredible things for the trans community. And, trans rights.
Trans rights! What you're saying is this time it's personal.
This time it's personal. Yes.
Darn, 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 darn. Oh, here comes the chat. I love this call and response. It's so great.
All right, once again, safety save. These fools thinking that their bullets will harm me.
Yeah, I gotta say, you don't seem dissuaded by much in this game. Is that the easy setting, or is this game just like that?
It is very much the easy setting.
Okay.
This game is pretty brutal on harder difficulties. Easy is... it's it's very nice. And it allows for this game to go much faster than it would normally be otherwise because of just how so much of the speed strats in this game involve just ignoring damage.
Okay, so I gotta read this chat. Remember to include the trans community in your holiday celebration. After all, Christmas without the HRTs is just Sismas.
Wonderful. All right, so we used to go and grab a key to go to the room that shows us the code, but there's only 7 things that the code could possibly be. So I am going to try to guess and hope that things go well. That is basically the idea here. Okay. We are guessing. We are guessing. Okay.
This man has the password priorities of a 13-year-old edgelord.
Just bad luck on password, but it's okay. Wow, it's the last one, huh?
Ooh.
What were we saying about marathon luck earlier?
Yeah, that'll might have given the game an ideas.
Yeah, the last one, incredible. Classic. By the way, I am the moderator for the leaderboard of this game. I was once the world record holder 3 different times. And right now, the record is held by the incredible Gulch 2, last I looked, with a fantastic run. And NBZ, also incredible runner, was world record holder. And basically, we've all agreed that whoever does all the skips first try and whoever gets the first time guess on the password, they win. They win the game.
I believe Gulch 2 is actually in chat right now.
Gulch is iconic. Brain, please. I don't need you to be disrupting things right now.
Do you get intrusive thoughts in the middle of a workday?
Yeah, these brains. The brain is basically just telling me, is crab? And I'm like, please, that's not helpful to any of us.
This game is so relatable.
Yeah.
So what's the objective we're working at now? I know that's been sort of a loose concept at most points of this game, but...
That's a great question.
All right. Just gonna...
Yeah.
Just gonna fall guys over some slag and not ask further questions. Love it.
Listen, if I knew, I would tell you. I really would. I promise you that I would. But, please. Okay, that was weird. So right now we're floating because we hit the ground in a weird way, and the game has decided that that means we get to float. It is such a good video game.
Is this New Vegas? What's going on?
All right, I actually need the ammunition for this. Here we go to the final boss, who is Big Worm.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sure is.
it is a big worm. Oh, good. There's certain attacks that you want him to do, and some that you don't. Good RNG is... Well, the good RNG attack hasn't come up yet. The good RNG attack still has yet to come up, but you know. Cool. I love when it just comes out invisible. That's my favorite boss attack. This is the
I
good
assume it's
RNG
not
one.
supposed to do that.
It is not, no.
It's hard to tell with this game.
It is.
Whoa. Oh, there it is.
Yep. You have to wait a bit sometimes. It's shy and doesn't want to remove its invisibility. All right, time is coming up. Right at the end of this hallway, the screen will go black, and that'll be time.
All right. Hold our breath to see what the clock stopped
Oh,
at. Oh.
this incredible cutscene where we get taken through the mirror. There I go. There I go.
Yoink.
That's this wonderful, wonderful game, Dementium 2.
29:47 at
Oh,
the
cool.
call of time. Yeah, it's a solid 10 minutes underestimate. How you feeling about that?
That's really great. The that estimate, I always try to make very big because the run can go very bad. um,
I can see where that would
Sometimes
uh,
the out of bounds just does not want you to out of bounds, and you end up having to try over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, it was a good time. Only a few little hiccups, and yeah, anything sub half an hour is really good in this game.
Well, that's great. I mean, it looked great from where I was sitting. So, just congratulations. Good, fantastic. Just a great time.
Great
And
time with you too. You're a wonderful host.
thank you. And speaking of hosting duties, where can the good people at home find you on your days off?
I am Astrid the Horror Girl. I stream on Twitch here under the name Astrid the Horror Girl. I play horror games. I also speedrun horror games. And sometimes I play other things too. And we have a swell time. That's about it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by and showing us this just delightful
It's a gem, isn't it?
experience from the mooing zombies to the invisible worms.
To this menu, which is a treasure as well.
Yeah, no, that is I said it when you first connected. That is one heck of a title screen.
Mm-hmm.
Really really makes an impression. Ah. All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for showing this off. Any last words for the folks at home?
Trans rights.
Those good words. All right, folks, we're just going to go to another little break before we take it into the next run, and I hand off to the next host so that I can go investigate all of the ominous noises my cat is making from the other room. But first, I'm just going to remind you all that you are, in fact, watching Winter Pride 2023 here on Twitch, run by Power Up with Pride. We're running from December 14th, that's today, through December 17th for about 18 hours each day. And we are benefiting Point of Pride. To find out more about them, you can find the link to their site in the panels below the stream or use !charity in chat. If you're interested in donating, you can type donate, the little exclamation point command thing, in chat. Find the schedule by using the schedule command, or see the incentives with, you guessed it, exclamation point incentives. And do stay tuned for Inscription with TP Speed. And I believe in you guys. You did the job. You did the dog. Let's see if we can get the tomato. Ladies and gentlemen, friends who are both, and mooing zombies who are neither, it has been an absolute treat to be here with you tonight. But unfortunately, my time is coming to a close, not for the marathon, just for the night. I'll be back on Sunday to bring us into the finale, not through the finale, that's going to be somebody else, but I'll be there for a good chunk of it, having more fun, and maybe playing some mini games. That's all I'm going to say. So, with that, I will take my leave and leave you in the more than capable hands of the returning star, MixZV.
Thank you very much, Braggill. And good evening, Power Up with Pride and Power Up with Pride fan accessories. My name is MixZV, and I'll be your host for the rest of the night. Got 2 more runs on the schedule, so make sure you grab a blanket, your hot beverage of choice, and cozy on in because the spoopy games aren't quite done. Coming up next is TP Speed, showing off their skills in an any % NMG run of Inscription. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned.